All right, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes since that weedy, and I just had an exact same signal. You know, it sounded like an Indian head down around 6 inches, and that's what it is. All right, getting a little something. At least we're in the 1800s now. All right, on to the next. Hey diggers, I've been here 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I tell you what, I've been digging nickel signals, pull tabs. Look at that, 12/8. Look how deep it is. And I tell you what, I thought, well, hey, maybe this is an old nickel. It seemed kind of deep to be a pull tab, but look down in that hole right there. Woo, baby. That, my friends, is a gold ring. No doubt about it. After you've dug a few of these, looks like the stone's missing. That's typical. But, yep, so there's probably a little bit of gold, maybe $50. Sure there's a mark in there somewhere, I just have to find it. Alright, well, on to the next. Diggers, it's Sunday morning. I've been out kind of freestyling, driving around. See that street right there? That is School Street. I'm in a very small town. You can tell by these houses. It's not much of a town. In fact, School Street's only 5 blocks long. But there's no school. So I drove to the end here where it tees, and I see this park. And I think the school used to be in where this park is. So far I have found 4 or 5 wheat pennies. I did find a buffalo nickel down quite deep. I just had a modern zinc penny signal about 8 inches down. I went ahead and dug it, and I've got a very unique thing. This is a sterling silver forget-me-not pin. It dates back to about World War II. And it looks like the iron part or the back part is missing, but every now and then I find these old you know, during World War II the soldiers would be off and their wives and girlfriends would wear these little forget-me-not keepsakes. So that's really cool. I'm real excited about that. Alright, well, hopefully I'll get some silver coins. On to the next. Alright guys, I'm working here along the edge of the park, you know, and where people would have walked and stuff, and just had a nice nickel signal about 8 inches down, and I've got another buffalo nickel. Looks like the soil's kind of rough on nickels here. I've dug several nickels today and they're all not in very good shape. So anyway, probably not be able to get a date off of this one, but still a buffalo nickel, number 2. Alright, on to the next. Alright, just got buffalo nickel number 3. There's the mold where it was stuck in the little dirt coin ball. There's the nickel. Alright, on to the next. Hey diggers, it's after work on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm at this house that's about 100 years old. Found about 5 or 6 wheat pennies in this area right here. I just had a modern penny signal about only 3 inches deep. And look at my surprise. It's a Merc that's been hit by a lawnmower. Look at that. I'll have to flatten that out. It's got some sharp corners. But yeah, that's quite a little surprise. Like I said, it rang up just like a modern penny, and I kind of thought that's what it was going to be. But when you're at an old house like this, you just dig all the signals because you just don't know what you're going to get. All right, on the board with some silver. On to the next. All right, diggers, this signal was quite deep. Probably, let's see how deep it was. It was 8 inches deep, and barely got a piece of it, but it's another mercury dime. I'm very happy with that. On to the next. Hey diggers, man, you can't believe this yard. I just had 2 wheat pennies there and 2 wheat pennies there. They're just wheat pennies everywhere. I just had a nice little signal here. It's a Merc. Alright. There's no way I'm going to be able to cover this yard today, and the homeowner already said I can come back this weekend to do it some more. So on to the next. Alright, look at that, down there in that hole. Looks like it might be a Rosie. It is. It's pretty deep. I just barely got a piece of it. Alright, on to the next. Alright guys, I just dug that Roosevelt right here. And I've got a really deep, high-pitched signal. You can listen to it. It sounds like silver. So I'm going to risk everything and do a live dig. It seems like I always get skunked when I do a live dig. I'm really having trouble pinpointing this thing. It's so deep. Okay. Where'd it go? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn the camera off and come back to you when I find it. Well, diggers, no sooner did I turn the camera off, I popped it out. It's a silver ring. Alright. Whoops. Boy, this has been my week for jewelry. This is the 3rd piece of jewelry I have found that's silver or gold. Alright, on to the next. Alright, just had a real nice 1146 signal. I'm not even sure what it is, to be honest with you. Probably a Washington, yep. Excellent. I think that's silver number 5. Alright, On to the next before it gets dark. Alright, right there's where I just dug that nickel, and I had a pretty deep signal here, about 7 inches. It sounded like a penny, but it just had a little bit of a squeak to it. It's another lawnmower clipped dime. Man, look at that. It might be a Merc, I'm not sure. Maybe a Rosie, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's a Rosie. It's been clipped. That explains why it rang up like a penny, because it's missing a chunk. Well, maybe I'll find the other piece, but it's not likely. On to the next. Well, it's getting dark, guys, but I got a, looks like another Merc, maybe. Yep. Alright. Well, I don't know if that's 6 or 7 or 8. I've lost track. But I've got to come back to finish this yard. Alright, on to the next.